little Christmas entertainment for everyone. Since the season and all, Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat.
Come on, Dina, to get more pennies.
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. Hey, hey, here's a hat.
Oh, come on, it's just a penny.
If you haven't got a penny, then a half a pence will do. If you haven't got a half a penny, God bless you.
Oh, come on, it's Christmas. And he won't stop singing until you do. And you don't know no other song.
No, little Yankee Doodle.
I'm not hungry to dance anymore. Oh, fine, have it your way.
Who are you?
Father Christmas.
What are you doing? We were just giving the audience warmed up a little bit, Mom, that's all.
What, they haven't got cousins to fight off the chill?
Good one, Mom. Good one.
Oh, Henry. Oh, Henry. You're from the gift of the Magi, aren't you?
That we are.
But who opened the book and let you out? Never mind. I don't remember you playing a guitar in the story.
Oh, no one ever does one.
Oh, that story's written so long ago, Mom. We've had time to pick up a few new, talents since then.
I actually found a guitar in the hall.
No, geese, though.
Wouldn't mind a goose.
Yeah.
Now, what are your names again? You can't just tell me.
No, you can't just remember.
No one ever can.
All people remember is the watch and the comb and the story's silly Millie name.
And not a single magi.
Never silly Millie also.
James and Della,
Uh-huh.
purveyors of sacrificial love.
Yeah.
How lovely. Why don't you come up and take a seat? James,
Yes, ma'am.
Della right beside him. And you. I don't remember a little girl in the story. Who are you?
Want?
Want? You know Henry?
I'm Dickensian.
Oh, a Christmas story then. But that book is still closed. How did you get out?
I wanted out. Living all that time under that smelly old ghost of Christmas presents or with that snotty little boy, ignorance, pulling my hair.
Want, take your seat.
Oh, man.
Want?
What's wrong with this?
Ow!
Oh, dear.
But this is different.
Shh.
Differently dull.
Should something be happening?
I'm waiting for the chamberman to tap the meeting in with his staff.
Seems to be rather missing, if you ask me.
I can see that. Woolworth! Woolworth! Oh, for heaven's sakes. The doddering old fool must have gotten into the rum punch again. But looks like we'll need another one. What? Could you find me someone?
Is this one dark?
Oh, yes, he'll do. Would you get the staff? Thank you, Juan. Take your seat. Della, sit. Hello. So good to see you this evening.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so very much. Now what I would like you to do is tap the staff 3 times and repeat after me. Very good. The Emergency Council of the fictional characters of Christmas shall come to order.
I'd like to order some chips and a nice braised steak.
Good one.
Mother Christmas presiding. Mother Christmas presiding. Very good. All right, now tap the staff 3 times again. And cite the following oath. Mercy goats and dozy goats and little lambs and I just love it when they do that. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you. Now you have to stand right there and look handsome and wait for your next command. Good choice, one. Find me someone to open the books, Henry.
James.
Lovely. Here, be sure to give her the list.
Yes, ma'am. Here you go, ma'am. At the appropriate time, you're going to open up the appropriate book and announce the character's name. But please, make sure you don't close this one. I don't want it to disappear. Okay? So just read it.
Oh, the mantle.
Oh, that's right.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's really you, dearie.
Take your seat, Henry.
James.
Begin.
From Charles Dickinson, The Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge.
All right, my dear, we need to do it just a little louder.
From Charles Dickinson, The Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Very good. Oh, dear. Okay. Now, what you need to do is tap the staff 2 times and repeat the name of the character. Only 2 times. They're not as good as me, you know.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Very good. A little louder.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Very good.
Oh, like that's never been said before.
And you, if I had anything to say, anybody that tapped a stick would be whittled with a jackknife and tossed into a closet.
Oh, Scrooge, take your seat. Next.
From The Christmas Carol, Tiny Tim.
Oh, dear. You have to train them all the time. Tap the staff 2 times and Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Very good. Much better.
What? What?
I thought you were supposed to be tiny.
Well, I ain't exactly the Jolly Green Giant.
But, never mind.
Oh, I was expecting someone a bit younger.
That book was written in 1868. What more? It's been a few years.
Where's your crotch?
Artificial hip?
Yeah, and I paid for it.
Made from Pinocchio's nose.
Yeah, I tackled old Pinocchio and broke off that nose and got me a carpenter to make that hip.
Well, how'd you get it in him?
Hired me a dentist.
Every time I tell a lie, I grow a foot.
Have a Tim.
Oh,
Be gentle with the chamberman. Next.
From the Tiny Tots book of Christmas stories, Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
What is this? Well, I thought it would be rather appropriate. Jack Frost, it has such a medieval ring to it.
I feel like a medieval fairy, like the only things I frost are buttercups and petunias.
You are beginning to frost me. Take your seat. All right, thank you so much. You've done a wonderful job. What is your name? Will, would you please watch going down the steps? And what is this young lady's name? Say what? Viviana? Beautiful name. Thank you so much. That's good, because I'm not going to pay them. Well, as you all know, Father Christmas is gone.
Poor fat little fellow.
He was such a good man. Not that I ever got a thing from him.
Well,
Mind you.
are a literary device. It would hardly do for old Scrooge here to find you under that robe, dressed in a party dress and your arms wrapped around an easy bake oven, now wouldn't.
I don't like you very much.
Poor Santa. Will we ever see his funky red suit and his belly full of jelly again?
Actually, he's not a jelly belly. And his suit isn't that candy apple flannel thing that you see him painted in. And he's on a very strict diet regimen. That fat routine started with that Clement C. Moore fellow, whose characters are not in this council for that very scandal. Oh, it was so Fifth Avenue of
The
him.
guy was such a mensch.
The true Father Christmas is slender, regal, dressed in a dignified, sophisticatedly red robe.
You guys are getting a mystery and an education. All for what prize?
What's happening, Mr. Scrooge?
Jack,
What? He was staring at me.
unfreeze him.
I don't know, I kind of like it that way.
So, what do you think happened to old FC?
A little respect for my husband, if you please.
Father Christmas, Santa Claus, old Saint Nick.
The spirit of Christmas.
Exactly.
God bless us, everyone. Maybe he's just run off to the hot baths, probably just taking a break.
3 days before Christmas.
No, actually, he's been kidnapped.
What?
Apparently by someone known by us all.
Oh, how delightful.
How horrid.
Delightful and exciting, horrid way.
Mother Christmas, do you have any evidence of this kidnapping?
Actually, yes, a note, Mr. Scrooge. See what you can make of it.
Let me see that just a minute. Being a man of leisure, I should think that I would have a fair chance, if we know who this culprit is, of recognizing the handwriting. What's this?
I'm afraid no handwriting at all.
No, it's words. It looks like they've been cut out of magazines or newspapers or such. Tim, take a look at this.
If you want to see Father Happy Holidays alive again, Father, happy holidays.
Well, it is kind of hard to find the word Christmas in magazines and newspapers these days.
Alive again. You will prepare 100 elves, the magic sleigh, 435 fruitcakes, and a list of all the bad children in the world to a location which I will tell you soon.
Isn't that interesting? 435 fruitcakes. That's exactly the number of representatives the Americans have in Congress.
We have him hidden away in Fargo, where you'll never find him. If you do not turn over everything I demand, then I will not release him until January the 8th.
That means they won't even release him in time for Orthodox Christmas.
But at least they won't kill him.
No, they'll just kill Christmas.
P.S. I've also taken the reindeer. Fail me and I'll turn them into Finnesenberg.
Oh no! They got Sleepy, Toby, Grumpy, Dog, and Bambi!
Finnesenbergers I want.
Maybe we should give them what they asked.
Without the sleigh and 100 elves gone, that would kill Christmas too. It's just horrible.
Now what we do, we lose.
Well, now, under ordinary circumstances, I would say that would be true. But with the right people, properly prepared, I think we could solve this crime. It's really I gathered you all here for your wisdom and your goodness. Tiny Tim, for his sweet humility and innocent charms. Scrooge, a man brilliant with numbers and recently generous with spirit and love.
Humbug. I mean, hamburger. Yes, that's what I mean. I would like to provide hamburger for the poor this Christmas, yes.
Oh, nice save, Ebenezer.
And you two. You two. James and Della, purveyors of sacrificial love, such powerful love and determination, and a willingness to do anything to achieve your goals.
Anything? Ha! I'd buy the man a blooming watch chain, and his silly booby's gone and sold it. A solid gold watch for cheap Walmart cones.
I wouldn't be so quick to talk about silly choices, Miss a little off the top.
And finally want that poor, innocent symbol of all the world's oppressed, earnestly seeking justice and reform.
I'm quite pathetic, aren't I?
And me, Mother Christmas.
I had the jester suit and I needed to laugh.
Will all of us be enough?
Oh, that is why I've added the most potent ingredient of all. The milk of human kindness.
And where does this milk of human kindness come from, Mother Christmas?
From Mother Nature, of course.
Who isn't lactating at the moment? So I picked up a half a gallon of milk from Piggly Wiggly. I put a little bit of sugar and vanilla in it for sweetness. Ooh, it's still a bit warm. Jack,
Sure, Mama.
carefully, Jack. Ooh, thank you.
No problem.
And now, I consecrate you to save my husband, to save Christmas itself.
Hey, I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What time is it? Oh, never mind. Jack?
And it's 3/4 past December.
Oh, we must away. Hurry, hurry away. Time goes short. must go. We must go. What? Hurry, hurry.
There's something very curious about this note.
What is that?
Well, you would think the kidnapper would have cut these words from magazines or newspapers or such. But the crazy fool didn't do that. He cut it from books.
Books.
Books. Yes, and not just any books. The font appears to be old times Roman, like back in our day.
In our books?
Oh, that's what I was about to say. You know I was going to say that, don't you?
So, what are you suggesting?
Well, you know, we all know that Father Christmas is a fellow based in fiction. And it's only the magic of Christmas that makes him real. And except for that one time every year where he's standing by every Christmas tree in the world, he can only be touched by a fictional element. So it's my theory that he's been kidnapped by a fictional character for whatever nefarious purpose they had in mind.
Amazing. I'm speechless.
Oh, I doubt that.
Yeah. It's also my thinking that this scoundrel that committed this heinous act, that Father Christmas, should have a stick of barley driven right through his heart because he committed this act from a Christmas book left carelessly open and then fashioned the ransom note from the leaves of his own book.
Brilliant!
Well, my goodness. So we must go through every Christmas book that we could find, even those on the table, looking for cut-out words and letters. Oh, I know, it'll be dull and pedantic work, which should fit you two perfectly.
Oh, lovely. Come along, dear.
Oh, books? I don't like reading Christmas stories. None of them are as good as ours.
You don't have to actually read them, just skim through them and look for pages with the words cut out.
Yes. Don't think of them as Christmas stories. Think of them as mysteries full of holes.
Oh, you mean we get to read Twilight?
Come along, dear. And don't close the books.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want bah humbug on it. 100 elf thing. Bad boys, a sleigh, fruitcakes. I don't know why anybody would want a miserable fruitcake. I'll tell you every miserable fruitcake I get, I tie it up with a string and throw it right back through their closed window.
So tell me, Scrooge, how many fruitcakes do you get?
Bah.
Oh. He's trying.
I noticed.
No, I mean, he's trying really hard to reform.
I thought he did all that reforming stuff in the end of the book.
Well, mostly. I mean, those ghosts scared the bejeebers out of him. He was pretty good for a couple of years, but old habits die hard. First, he finds himself kicking the occasional chimney sweep, steals a piece of candy from a baby. He returns it to. He'll give it back, but he gives back inferior candy. Step by step, he starts to slip. And the next thing you know, he's talking about entering politics. That's when the ghost of Christmas future drops a calling card. Scrooge about flips. Turns himself into the MVGA.
MVGA?
Mean Victorian Guys Anonymous. So they hire me to be his own personal Jiminy Cricket, to kind of look after him. It's like, Lord knows I do my best, but sometimes I think his own evil ways are rubbing off on me.
Oh, now nonsense.
You are as pure as the driven snow.
Oh, well, thank you. I better go see if I can calm him down. First, I gotta call my bookie. I gotta find out if Queen's Lady placed him the fifth.
Well, I guess we all luck out. All we have to do is sit tight and wait to see whose books have words cut out of them, and you've got your man.
Yes, and if my suspicions are correct, those books will lead us to someone right here. It's really the reason I brought them.
Really? What about the whole milk of human kindness?
Why do you think I picked it up at Piggly Wiggly? I'll tell you, I do not trust Scrooge's rehabilitation. It would be just like him to re-enter the ranks of villain and try to ruin Christmas for everyone. Oh, the Grinch would just eat his heart out. And Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim? Tiny is the sweetest character in all literature. All right, after Father Christmas, he is the second sweetest character.
Exactly. But did you notice the chip on his shoulder? Comes from being number 2. Trust me, every number 2 starts to feel like number 2. If you get my drift. What he might not do to push number 1, Father Christmas, out of the way. He might even try to deliver the presents himself.
Makes sense, but what about Tweedledee and Tweedledumette?
Those 2, have you read the story? Oh, please, they are so sweet, there's got to be something rotten.
And the kid?
I don't know where she came from. Someone must have opened the book and out she came. I'll tell you, I cannot wait to solve this mystery and get that creepy little girl back in her book.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the books will tell, but it's so rare that something like this is solved so easily. We are going to have to stay on our toes if we are to save my husband and Christmas.
What's eating you, kid?
What am I eating?
Oh, come on, have a seat. Right here.
I was thinking about Mr. Scrooge and the fruitcakes.
How he never gets any, huh? That's kind of sad.
No, what he'd do if he had any? He'd throw them through windows.
Yeah, he's had a bad day. I think he got paper cuts coming out of the book.
Do you get fruitcakes?
I'm one of the most beloved characters in literature. I get about 200 a year.
That's over 33,000 fruitcakes. What did you do with them all?
I use them as bricks. Mix up a little icing for mortar. I built myself an entire fruitcake estate. Sometimes me and my dad, Bob, we'll sit around the fire and reminisce about the old times. You ever get any fruitcakes?
I want.
Oh, yeah, right. So what would you do if you got one?
Eat it. Whoever wrote that ransom note is a bad person.
Yeah. Whoever would kidnap Christmas?
Even better than that, I think whoever it is wants to rule the whole world.
The whole world, huh?
He's got the reindeer. He wants us like instant transportation anywhere in the world.
Yeah, but only for that one day of the year.
And what's with 100 elves?
You tell me.
They're a perfect slave labor force without even going to China. And since they're magic, they can make anything.
Weapons of mass destruction.
So much for Christmas mass. And with the list of all the bad children in the world, think of the huge army.
Oh, an army of tattlers and bullies and cheaters. Who dare to fight them?
I just can't figure the fruitcakes.
He wants to use them as prototype bombs.
Think if they're forced to make fuses.
Pieces of candied fruit splattered everywhere. It'll be Armageddon. How do you figure this out?
It's all about acceptance and power. It's what I want. But I can never have it. I'm okay now.
Yeah, me too, and I plan on staying that way.
Where are you going?
I'm going off to warn Mother Christmas about this evil plot.
The time for saving my husband grows desperately short.
Indeed it does.
What have we learned? Henry,
James.
whatever.
Well, Della and I went
For
through...
every fictional Christmas story ever written, the night before Christmas, gift of the Magi. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, Wally the purple-nosed Christmas seal, the Polar Express. That one cost me my train of thought, though. Oh, yeah. How the Grinch stole Christmas, the Nutcracker, the little match girl. That reminded me of you one. Barrington Bonnie, Frosty the Snowman, who I believe was picked up for dealing just 2 weeks after the story ended.
And
Well, all the books were clear, but 3.
Who's telling the story anyway?
Well, I thought I was.
Not very well, I think. Anyway, all the stories were clear but 3. The Christmas Carol, Gift of the Magi, and Tiny Tot's Christmas story featuring Jack Frost.
I think some melodramatic organ music would be great right about now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you.
so, it was one of you, my most trusted helpers. But who?
It's whom.
Shut up. Confess, and whoever did it, I shall be merciful and use a sharp stake of holly.
Oh, thank you for that idea, Ebenezer.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Dickens that made me say it.
All right. Guilty party, raise your hands. Well, then, I shall have to use the law. Look at me.
It wasn't me.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, have mercy on me, Marley.
Pathetic.
God help us, everyone.
Jack, my name will Jack, be quick, Jack, just don't candlestick with Mr. Santa, he denies well, and else do I.
And you wonder why the jester suit.
Oh, it's beginning to affect me. Perhaps if we approach this through the motive.
You mean the taking over the world thing?
Certainly. Who among us here would actually want to rule the world? Certainly not Henry and Della.
James and Della?
And certainly not a starving, ignorant little girl. It wouldn't be me. Where's the fun? I already get to kill the world every year through winter. And that leaves only Ebenezer Scrooge and tiny chip on my shoulder, Tim.
No, fiddlesticks. I'm too frickin' precious to do that.
Oh, knock it off, you two. Well, please, Jack, the theory doesn't work. I mean, slave elves, exploding fruitcakes, bad little children. How much harm can be done in that one magical moment of Christmas Eve?
In that one magical moment, he disguises himself as Father Christmas and visits only the bad children's homes. And then he drops coal beneath their trees and sneaks into only the bad children's rooms where he holds the little cretins at fruitcake point. And then he forces them up the chimney and takes them to the North Pole, where then he brainwashes them for 6 years.
Why 6?
Because that's what came up on his magic 8 ball. Then on the 7th Christmas, he returns him and places elf bombs and elf guns anywhere in the room he wants, and to take over the world. I'm okay now.
When we go back to the book, is she going to?
Well, I'm afraid so.
Well, could I apply for a transfer to Bleak House?
But how's he going to get to all the bad Jewish children?
Well, he'll disguise himself as Rabbi Hanukkah.
And all the bad Muslim children?
Hey, why either? He'll be Ramadan Daddy.
Are there any asylums in the Gift of the Magi?
What about these two?
What about us two? We're loving and we're giving.
Oh, I'm always giving.
What's that supposed to mean?
They could have done it.
Oh, why would they want to rule the world?
Maybe they do, and maybe they don't. And as for fruitcake, maybe they like fruitcake.
Oh, I love fruitcake. I mean, I eat it all the time.
James?
Della, she'll eat 2 or 3 every sitting. It won't even gain a single pound.
But maybe you're a bit of undigested beef. Or a blot of mustard. Yeah, or maybe a piece of cheese or a fragment of an underdone potato. But I'll tell you one. There's more gravy than grave about you, whatever you are.
It's okay, Ebenezer.
I don't know where that came from, Tim.
Just a tiny slip.
I'm trying to be good, really, I am.
Everybody has a bad moment now and then, Ebenezer.
Oh, it's so hard to be from Dickens.
Have you seen my brother Ignorance? He has the funniest tattoo on his forehead that says, "Doom! Doom!" in big circus-like letters.
Have they no refuge? Have they no resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Oh, it's me, I'm a doomed man.
Aren't you going to go to him?
Nah, I think I'm just going to watch.
Well, that explains the fruitcakes. What about the elves?
Yeah, lots of elves may make lots of material goods for two people who have to sell their watch and their hair just to buy presents.
And a sled.
To use as a servant.
What?
Every poor man dreams of having a pair of personal runners.
Oh.
Now,
What about the milk of human kindness? There's something in it.
A bug?
No, a note.
Oh, give me that. Oh my.
Do we get to read more books?
I don't know. No, this is handwritten. Thank you, Henry.
James.
Father Christmas, let me take a look at that note.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's left-handed script written by someone who's right-handed trying to disguise their style. Now that's clever. Don't you think, Tim? Tim?
I froze his assets.
Unfreeze him.
Whoever said cold hands, warm heart?
There, put a mitten in it.
Who cares how it was written?
What does it say?
I see that you are, let's see, narrowing the suspects down. Good for you, bad for Father Christmas. You are out of time. You must make your choice, elves, sleigh, fruitcakes, and list by the North Pole in a plain brown trunk in 1/2 hour. Or no Santa for Christmas. P.S. Since I've cut the time down, I will settle for 432 fruitcakes, 98 elves, which are allow 2 to do some fast baking.
Oh, they're feeling this even wish us had a nice day.
But he did dot the I's with smiley faces.
Oh, no, it's all over. No, it's all over. I've got to get the elves to working and do a lottery. Now, where are the candied fruits?
They're in the candy cane cupboard.
No. There's just red and white paint there.
Oh, they're behind the red and white paint, third shelf down.
Thank you.
So you're just going to give in?
I hadn't planned to, but we must prepare for all contingencies. I cannot lose Father Christmas.
But if you hold off the ransom, it'd be just for 1 year.
You fool! If Father Christmas doesn't make it back in time, the magic link will be broken. And who's to say if we can ever get it back again? And your stories will all be meaningless. Meaningless, I tell you. Trivial footnotes in some dusty old tome written by fat old professors at Oxford in an ancient department of who gives a toot literature.
Well, who would have thought you would be so opposed to education?
With or without the ransom, either way, we'd all be left without a purpose.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we still have Rabbi Hanukkah.
Oh, I'm made. You see, I'm seasonal, not necessarily Christmas. Just
Yeah.
saying.
That'll work. Jack Frost is in Chester lighting the Hanukkah candles with his frosty Zippo. Hey, I can't smoke.
I don't want.
Well, I don't know what we're going to do, but we better do it quick, or we'll all become history.
All for one.
And one for all! How not?
used.
And how's that, dear?
Can we truly all be history?
Well, apparently so.
Well, no, history that which actually happened in the past.
Yes.
And fiction is that which never actually happened at all.
And
Well, we're fiction.
Well, technically, I might be mythology.
What's the same difference? And as such, we never happened. So can that which never has happened find themselves in a spot where they happened in the past, while at the same time never actually happened at all? How very confusing. Ugh.
you froze my wife.
Yes, it's getting easier and easier to do.
But you froze my wife.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, watch boy?
Thank you. Humbly, thank you. Oh.
Consider it an early Christmas present.
Oh, good. I was getting so tired of getting watch chains.
Really, all you get are watch chains.
This is a book. And you really can't go change that now, can you? I mean, it ran in 1905. That's 112 watch chains and counting. I mean, what can you do with 112 watch chains when you ain't even got a watch? I mean, I've used the watch chains to walk the mice in the apartment once or twice a day. And if you get really creative, you can link them all together. And they actually make a very lovely garland for the Christmas tree.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Oh, it is. You should come by sometime.
Well, I could come and give your entire tree a nice frosty touch.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yes, and what does she do? 112 cones.
Her? Well, she never parts with them.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Tim!
And what's she gonna do that for?
As revenge for your little joke, my little man.
I have a bit of a chill in here.
Kind of curious how all the words were cut out of our books.
Yes, it is.
As if the kidnapper was trying to draw attention to us.
Curious indeed.
And how did he get out of his book in order to clip from everybody else's?
Well, there was one book that was opened early.
That's right, the Christmas Carol.
And ours. I mean, that's how we got here before the Christmas Council meeting.
And so that completely frees me and leaves only you and Ebenezer Scrooge and Tiny Tim and you.
Thanks a lot there, Blabbermouth.
What? I've got nothing to hide.
I'll take this out on your hide.
Oh, what are you going to do? Plunge me to death with all those cones?
Walmart
It's
cones.
not Walmart cones. They're tortoiseshell cones. Read the book.
I read the cones, and it's strange how every cone came from Taiwan.
And of course, there was one who came out of the book without being invited at all.
Could I read it just a little? No, I can't. I really can't. I'm watching my waist and waist.
Oh, there you are, little one.
No, Scrooge.
Old Ebenezer has something for you. Oh, let her pass, Tim.
I can't.
You told me to act on my goodness, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but not with a lollipop.
Why not?
Her. It's not healthy.
What, I should give her some sugared broccoli?
I want that
Or maybe a bit of strange stuffed liver?
He's right, Scrooge.
Oh, bah.
You can't let her have a lollipop.
Oh, there, Tim. Or I'll take back that hip and throw it to the poorhouse.
You You can't throw me in the poorhouse. I own a fruitcake castle.
I feel like I'm living in one. You can't give her a lollipop.
Why not?
Because she is an archetype.
Here you are, little one. Come here. It's going to be so yummy.
Don't you understand? It doesn't work on me, you booby. I am Jack Frost.
Are you being so Scrooge-ish?
I'm not. I'm trying to save her life.
How?
She is an archetype.
You said that.
An archetype, a symbol.
I know that.
She is want, half the symbol of need and ignorance around the world. But if you give her what she wants no more.
What?
Listen. She is an archetype, want. But if you provide her needs, she wants no more, because she has, and she becomes have, and have does not exist. And so want disappears, and, oh Lord, I'm beginning to sound like Della, aren't I?
So what if she becomes have?
Have does not exist, because have is not in the book, and therefore want becomes history. And I'm not going over that one again.
But I thought the whole point of the book was that I was to create the have.
Not until the book has ended. Therefore, have is not in the book, and so she cannot exist. Only want.
Oh, how unspeakably sad.
Technically, you just spoke it.
Well, let me have the lollipop, and I'll go see if Mother Christmas would like a lick.
It was a very tasty looking lollipop.
Yeah, the baby took it from me, very pleased with it.
Well, I am going to unfreeze you, and then you and I are going to talk. Agreed? Close enough.
I wish you'd give me the lollipop.
Weren't you listening to anything we just said?
Yes, I can't eat it, but I could have licked it and stuck it to Christmas present Terry Lake. And it would have been fun when we ripped it off again. And ignorance could have eaten it.
Oh, we can eat, can't we?
All he wants to just eat he learned.
So, where did you come from?
The mind of Dickens.
You're supposed to be pathetic, so don't be cute.
I came from the open book.
And how did you open it?
What makes you think I opened it?
All right, so who opened it for you?
I was in the book when it happened. I don't know.
Then who ushered you for?
No one!
I want, and so I came. You know, a little girl who wants everything but can have nothing, that is a very dark motive.
I haven't a dark spot in my body.
No, you're a dark thought to anybody. And you're sneaky, and you're smart.
I've talked to the elves.
What?
They're not happy about the lottery to see who goes to the kidnapper.
Oh, we're not going to let it get that far.
I should think not. They just want to build their toys and fill the sleigh. I think they know what Father Christmas is.
Oh, do they?
And I think you do too.
Oh, really?
You've been at the North Pole.
Oh, I deny it. What makes you think so?
Then how do you know the place so well? Even to where the candied fruit lies.
I looked it up in Google Maps.
Oh, there's internet in this story. Copyright 1922.
There are thousands of Jack Frost stories.
When I mentioned you to the elves, they giggle and go funny look.
Jack Frost is a funny fellow.
Did you kidnap Father Christmas?
No, don't be ridiculous.
I believe you. You're a second-rate fairy figure. You could never do anything on your own. But I bet you're a frosty fine henchman.
You don't know enough to be correct, little girl. But you know more than enough to be dangerous.
Where are you going?
I am going to find Mother Christmas and have her send you back wherever it is you belong.
Before I have a chance to tell her the truth?
Oh, if that's what you like.
Then go away.
Well, I see it all now, you scheming little thing. You are as guilty as guilt can be. Find the blame it all on me.
You're rhyming.
Oh, it's this suit. Well, maybe I won't go.
You won't.
No, I'm going to stay right here and keep an eye on you.
No, you'll go.
Oh, really? What makes you think so?
Because I want.
No!
Now it's time for y'all to go to work. 3 or 4 minutes, fill out your ballots. We'll collect them and take them backstage. So please put your name on the ballot. And the one who is closest to solving all 3 of the questions will receive a prize. You've seen plenty of clues. Of course, I saw it last night. But you have seen some good, heard and seen some good clues. So give it your best guess. Well, I can take your pencil now, and we'll have a bucket on your way out. And when you have your ballot ready, just raise your hand, and Jerry in the back, or I'll come forward. Thank you.
Should I go downstairs now, or do you want me to wait until you bring it back up? No? You want me to wait till we bring it back up? Do you want me to wait till the lights come back up before I go downstairs?
No fear looking at your neighbor's ballot. I'll be right back. All right, 1 more minute. All right, any more? Okay, the fifth act will start momentarily.
There you are. Still awake, I hope?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Please come up and tap this into session. Put that beer down. Or bring it up and we'll share it. All right. We're going to make it official.
Okay.
All right, nice and loud now.
All right.
Oh, we can't see your handsome face. Put it up stage. No, use this hand. There you go. Let you let go of that. Yeah. Isn't that better, folks? There you go. Deep breath. This is your big thing. Dozy. Repeat after me. Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye.
This meeting
This meeting
of the Christmas Council
of the Christmas Council
is back in order.
is back in order.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to give you a fruitcake, but I had to pack them all up. So
Okay.
here you go. It's a gingerbread man.
I'm watching my cholesterol.
Round of applause. All right. We have reached a point of decision. Where's Jack Frost? Good heavens, girl, what have you done with Jack's book?
The binding was so bad I tied it up.
Well, where's Jack?
She disappeared when I closed the book.
All this because it wouldn't give you a lollipop?
Give me that book.
No one can untie the strings of want. They're archetypes.
Creepy little thing.
I'll deal with you later, Want. All right, time grows short. I have polished the sleigh, I put the list on flash drive. I have done all the fruit cakes, and as we speak, we are boxing up the elves.
So you're giving in?
Oh, I think we've got the guilty party right here.
I want my husband.
What about Christmas?
Yeah, we can't have it without him.
We can't have it without the magic sleigh.
Or the elves to make their presents.
We'll give out party favors if we run low. We've plenty of party favors. And if we need to, we'll dismantle Tiny Tim's fruitcake castle for the rest.
I can see Santa now. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, little Wendy. So sorry, but we ran out of Malibu Barbie, so here, have a fruitcake instead. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
As a transportation, there is a snowmobile in the shed.
But snowmobiles don't fly.
I'll open up Peter Pan and get some fairy dust. I want my husband.
And you shall have him.
Father Christmas.
Papa, how did you escape, my love?
Why, with the SES, the Secret Elf Service.
Oh. If I'd known about them, I wouldn't have had to use these. But you never told me about them.
No, because then they would have been the secret except from other Christmas elves. The SEFN, oh, far too awkward of an acronym to say. They cut me loose with magic tinsel. It was an idea they got from a cute little Tim Allen movie.
So where in Fargo were you held?
In a jail of all places. Guarded by a pregnant sheriff with a funny accent whose husband just sat around and whined about duck stamps. It was very strange. Well, once we got out, we found the nearest chimney. I laid a finger aside of my nose, and up the chimney I goes, and the next thing you know, I'm at the North Pole, and in my sleigh, and Grandma got run over by a reindeer playing on the house, and I love that song.
Some Christmas is saved.
Who kidnapped you?
Well, I'm afraid I didn't see. I was bumped by a reindeer and grabbed from behind.
Then you don't know.
I suspect. But I shall know with this.
But we already tried that. It didn't work.
The milk of human kindness doesn't work if you simply sprinkle it. You have to drink it. And whoever takes a draught is incapable of telling a lie.
Yeah, I don't think so. Jack Frost scalded that. Blew it up, you know?
Yeah, there was a note floating around
I
there.
think I saw a boat.
Oh, Icky.
And besides, I picked it up at Piggly Wiggly and put a little sugar and vanilla in it. And I don't even know if it's any good. I bought it from the bargain shelf.
But this is the real thing. I switched it out when I was here before as Jack Frost.
Oh, organ music. Dun, 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 dun.
You were Jack Frost?
And I closed up in a book.
Oh, little wand, I have to thank you for that. I had to find my way back to Jack Frost. After all, I've been free for quite a while now, but I couldn't reveal myself until I had a good idea who the suspect was.
So you know who did it?
Almost beyond a certainty.
And who?
This is the Christmas spirit. It is a time for confession, not for accusation.
I feel like a pretty big pony with a rhinestone tiara floating on a big fat
Della, you're scaring me.
Yeah, but I didn't do it.
Oh, me, Father Christmas?
Yes. There you go, Ebenezer.
Oh, Tim. I'm as light as a feather now. Oh, I'm as happy as an angel, as merry as a schoolboy, and as giddy as a drunken man.
Why am I suddenly thinking of Tom Cruise now?
curse you, Dickens!
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Yes.
Ooh, rather like a verge of mint julep, don't you think? Ooh. Yes, I committed the crime.
What?
Whoops.
Yes, Mama, you did.
You kidnapped your own husband?
Then why were you
God
accusing?
bless us, everyone.
What?
Yeah, why were you accusing me?
Well, I had to do something to get her mad enough to send me back to Jack.
So how did you know it was Mother Christmas?
Well, first of all, you and Della, you are sickeningly sweet, but it's real, it's not faked. And I'm afraid you're not quite of the caliber to kidnap a fellow like me. Besides, where would you have had the wherewithal to get me all the way to Farnham? As for little want, well, indeed she may want, but she can never have. That is the whole idea. And Ebenezer, he seemed so intent on solving this thing that I knew he couldn't have been the one who planned it. And for Tiny Tim, he is so connected to Mr. Scrooge that he didn't have time to think of anything on his own. But Mother Christmas, well, she seemed a little too cool and calculated, if you get my drift. And she as much as admitted she was looking for suspects when she called all of you out of your books as fall guys. And then there was that last note. She began reciting it before she began reading it, as if she had written it herself.
Oh, I was just so tired. Tired of Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. You all think you've had it bad with repetition since 1905? We have been doing this ever since Father Christmas dropped that bag of dowry money down that poor girl's chimney in the year 325.
I hope you all are taking notes, because we're going to be tested on the dates later.
And I'm so tired of playing second fiddle. And do I ever get any credit? Oh, no. Just cutesy little pictures of a fat little old lady wearing an apron, holding a plate of cookies with a stupid grandmotherly smile on my face. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of being number two. And Papa, you're exhausted too. I mean, just look at the dark circles under your eyes.
But the children, Mama.
Don't start with me. Ooh. So I bribed Dancer to give you a little bump. Bought the reindeer a week in Las Vegas and shipped you off to Fargo.
You just invited us here to invent suspects.
I was desperate. Like Papa said, I had to look worried, like I was trying to do something. So I picked the characters I thought were just too goofy to solve the crime. I wrote the ransom note, ordered the council, had you called. All except for once. How she got here, I'll never know.
Well, I let her out as soon as I got back. I knew the little Dickens would throw a wrench in the works and slow the kidnapper down.
Give me that.
But what about the ransom?
Oh, there was no rhyme or reason to that. I just wrote whatever came to my mind. I could just as easily have demanded Cokie.
Cokie? My polar bear.
I didn't plan to pay it. And I knew that it might end Christmas, but I was so tired. It was a chance I was willing to take.
But you told us you were going to pay.
I know, but the little girl started talking about that taking over the world thing, and it sounded so good. I thought I might give it a whirl. Give me that. What? Blah! Eggnog? And there's not even any rum in it.
I'm a Christmas character. What do you want? Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, my little sugar cookie.
It's all right, Mama. You were overwrought.
But she almost ruined it.
That spirit of Christmas. Mama, why don't you take this?
What's this?
The key to the sleigh. This year you deliver the presents, and I'll stay back and I'll play second fiddle.
Oh, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
What about us?
Back to your books. But first, some parting gifts. James, let's see, I've got it here somewhere. There you have it.
A watch!
Solid gold.
I can wear a different watch chain every week for 2 years.
And Della.
Oh, my hair! My hair! I can feel it. It's growing back. Oh, honey, I finally can wear your combs.
I'm sorry they were all from Taiwan.
Oh, I'm sure it was just mating season for the tortoises there.
And Scrooge, for you I've got something as well.
Yes, Father Christmas.
Here it is. A jar of ever-flowing milk of human kindness. For whenever you feel down and not a drop of Dickensian dialogue in it.
Oh, thank you so much, Mother. Thank you.
What about me, Father
What
Christmas?
do you think?
Whoa. I don't feel all wooden. I'm feeling real in here. I won't have to go see that darn Orkin man once a year anymore. Wait a minute. What happened to the wooden ones?
Well, Pinocchio needs a present too.
I want.
And what can I give to a little girl who, if she gets anything, will cease to exist?
Must I want everything forever?
As long as books are there, I'm afraid.
Oh, but Father Christmas, even the most bedraggled of us shouldn't want for love.
Everything forever?
You've got our love.
And for all of you, a Merry Christmas to all!
And
And to all, good night! And to your house.